Imagine being trapped in a twisted game where a single wrong guess means your absolute destruction. That's the reality for these players, whose necks are locked into explosive collars. The catch? Each collar displays a playing card suit on the back, visible to everyone except the wearer. With only an hour on the clock and 5 minutes left to enter a booth and declare their suit, they are entirely dependent on the honesty of strangers. Worse yet, the criminal mastermind, the Jack of Hearts, is hiding in plain sight among them. You can already tell something is about to go wrong when desperation takes over. A brutal, bald man decides to use raw intimidation, cornering a terrified guy named Leo and forcing him to reveal his suit. After getting his answer, the bully confidently enters a booth, expecting to survive. Instead, his collar instantly detonates. It turns out Leo lied to save himself, but a cunning woman quickly shifts the blame back onto him, convincing the crowd that Leo might actually be the hidden Jack of Hearts. In this high-stakes environment, the group decides they can't take any chances, and Leo pays the ultimate price for his deception. Witnessing this chaos, a panicked woman named Maya tries to cross-reference her suit with multiple groups, only to receive completely conflicting answers. Before long, half the players are eliminated, leaving everyone in a state of absolute paranoia. A deeply unhinged man becomes convinced that the manipulative woman from earlier is the mastermind. However, his stuttering and obvious instability only make her suspect him instead. She rallies her allies to feed him false information to get him killed. Refusing to go down alone, the man tries to cut a deal behind their backs, but his betrayal is caught red-handed. The resulting chain reaction of lies leads to a catastrophic double elimination, leaving the survivors drowning in mutual distrust. With only a handful of players left, the psychological pressure becomes too much for one young man, who takes his own life in the restroom. His partner, a sharp-witted guy named Chris, is left completely stranded. Desperate for an ally, Chris approaches a mysterious man known as Nine, who coldly refuses to look at him but casually mentions Heart as he walks away. Chris then turns to a quiet girl named Clara, asking if his suit is a club, but she walks off without a single word. At this point, you'd think Chris is completely doomed. With only 5 players left and trust completely shattered, it seems like Nine has the upper hand and is ready to clear the board. The remaining players reluctantly head into their booths as a massive explosion rocks the facility. Nine steps out into the hallway, laughing maniacally as if he has just won the entire game. But I wouldn't have expected what happened next. Chris steps out of his booth perfectly fine, followed closely by a young man named Alex and a high-powered executive named Charles. The only one who didn't survive was Clara. It turns out that during the countdown, Charles had genuinely shared the truth with Clara, but she chose to lie to him. Meanwhile, Alex gave Nine accurate information, but Nine fed him a lie in return. What Nine didn't realize was that Charles and Alex had secretly formed an alliance to swap information, and Chris had managed to see through the deception. Chris had previously observed Alex and Nine working together and realized Alex was testing Nine's trustworthiness. Knowing that no one blindly trusts a stranger in a death game unless they have an ulterior motive, Alex, Chris, and Charles joined forces. They successfully weaponized Clara's habit of using snack packaging colors to secretly signal suits to Nine, turning the mastermind's own game against him. Instead of killing Nine outright, Charles and Alex decide to inflict a psychological torment. By giving Nine the correct answer every single round, they force him to live in an agonizing, eternal loop of paranoia, never knowing if the next answer will be a lie that ends his life. With the game officially broken, Chris calmly exits the prison into the daylight, watching as the massive Jack of Hearts blimp overhead bursts into flames, bringing a definitive end to this twisted psychological nightmare.